Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Tuesday, April 27th. We're going to be talking some NBA DFS picks today on both DraftKings and FanDuel. But before we get started, I'm going to take a quick look back at yesterday's picks and see how they turned out. So we'll start off on the DraftKings side. Point guard was Tyrese Halliburton, $6,800, looking for 34 points out of him. Got to 41.75, so he was a hit. Shooting guard PJ Dozier, $5,200, looking for 26 points out of him. Got to 19.25. He was a miss. I think I mentioned yesterday that he is a guy that could maybe change throughout the day. I got done with everything yesterday. Try to give you guys all the news in the starting lineups. Didn't quite have a chance to update the core completely, but if you guys had that chance, you probably would have took PJ Dozier out as well. And then at small forward, we had Cedi Osman, $3,800. Looking for 19 points out of him. Got to 26.25, so he was a hit. Chumo Kiki, $4,900. Looking for 25 points on him. Got to 31.75, so he was also a hit. Then at center, we had Jakob Pertl, $6,100. Looking for 31 points on him. Only got 17.5, so he was a miss. I did have noted down here he only played 26 minutes in a game that went into overtime, and he had 5 fouls, so it looks like he might have been in a little bit of foul trouble that hurt him overall. Then on the FanDuel side, I had Tail Maladon for point guard, $4,700, looking for 24 points out of him. Got to 15.2, so he was a miss. Seems like him and Ty Jerome are just going back and forth. One of them has a better game one day than the other one the other day. If you guys had a chance to update this, you probably would have switched over to Goran Dragic, or at least that's what I would have recommended if I had the chance to do so. Then at shooting guard, Tyrese Halliburton, $6,100, looking for 31 points out of him. He got to 40, so he was a hit. Small forward, Cedi Osman, $3,500, looking for 18 points out of him. Got 28, so he was also a hit. Then that power forward position, Isaiah Roby, $4,100, looking for 21 points out of him. Got to 30.6, so he was a hit. And then last but not least, Jarrett Allen, $5,700, looking for 29 points out of him. Got to 27.4, so he was a miss, but probably not one that hurt you too bad overall. So overall, a little bit of a hit and miss day. Like I said, if I would have had a little bit more time, we could switch PJ Dozier and Tail Maladon out of that core and helped you guys out a little bit more. But with that being said, we'll get into today's injuries. So the first game we got is the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Boston Celtics. The Thunder's still going to be without Muscala, Hall, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Deck. Lou Dort and Tony Bradley are both game time decisions. We'll see if they get back to the lineup today. Then for the Boston Celtics, Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum are both out. Robert Williams is a game time decision. We'll see if he makes his way back today or not. So Marcus Smart looking like a pretty good play today with Kemba Walker out. Jaylen Brown also gets a bump up. Then for the Trailblazers, just Zach Collins out. Blevins is a game time decision, so they're pretty much all the way healthy, or as healthy as they're going to get. Then for the Pacers, Turner and Sabonis are both out already. Jeremy Lamb and Goga Batadze are both game time decisions. We'll see if they're back today or not. Then we move over to the Bucks, and it's PJ Tucker and Curaçao, both game time decisions. So nothing too much of note there. The Charlotte Hornets, Gordon Hayward, LaMelo Ball, both out. Malik Monk looking like doubtful. Nate Darling could be back today, but he doesn't really have an impact on DFS overall. Then we move down to the Nets, and they got Johnson, Harden, Claxton, Chiwuza, and now Bruce Brown out as well. So a little bit of change there. Looking at the starting lineup here, they could go with something like this. They could also go with Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, Jeff Green, and DeAndre Jordan, maybe Blake Griffin. Just keep an eye out on that starting lineup. Kevin Durant is looking like a pretty good play over on DraftKings, though. Then for the Toronto Raptors, Chris Boucher's out, Gary Trent's out, Paul Watson's out, and Jalen Harris is a game-time decision. So pretty similar to what we saw last time out of them. Then we move over to Timberwolves, just Beasley out once again. For the Houston Rockets, DJ Augustine's out, Sterling Brown's out, David Nwaba, Eric Gordon, they're all out. They do get Kevin Porter back today. John Wall is also out. He's going to be essentially done for the rest of the season after his, I believe it was a hamstring injury. So going to see some more opportunities for guys like Armani Brooks, Kevin Porter Jr., Jayshawn Tate, guys like that. Then last but not least, we have the Mavericks and the Warriors. And for the Mavericks, we saw a bunch of guys kind of miss or been questionable yesterday. Terry's still out. Richardson, Redick, and Porzingis are all game time decisions. We'll just have to keep an eye out on those three. Then for the Warriors, exactly the same as the last time they played. Bazemore, Lee, and Pichel are all out. But that's a quick little rundown on the injuries for today's slate. We'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So at the point guard position, we went with Kevin Porter Jr., $6,500, looking for 33 points out of him. He is back today. We'll have to see if he's on a minutes limit. If he's on a minutes limit, maybe this pick changes. There's no John Wall today, so he should see that usage increase once again that he's had when John Wall has not been playing. Then shooting guard Marcus Smart, $6,600, looking for about 33 points out of him, averaging about 30 on the season. We've seen him have some pretty good games when Kemba Walker's off the floor. Now you got no Kemba Walker, no Jason Tatum, so he should definitely see a usage bump today. Then at small forward, we got Tim Hardaway Jr., $4,400, looking for 22 points out of him, averaging 24 on the season. If Richardson's not good to go again tonight, Hardaway's going to get the minutes and probably be in that starting lineup, so he's definitely going to pay off for that price tag. Then at power forward, Kevin Durant kind of previewed him a little bit. $8,300, looking for 42 points out of him, averaging 47 points on the season. This is just probably one of the best prices you're going to get Kevin Durant at all year, so it's in a spot where I want to try to take advantage of that price point. Goes against the Raptors, not the best team defensively right now either, so definitely a good spot for him overall. And then at center position, I got Kevon Looney. $3,800, looking for 19 points out of him, averaging 14 on the season. You know, he's a guy that gets you that 19, 20, 21 point range. Just a cheap pay down option that allows you to pay up for other positions elsewhere. But if you go with these five guys on DraftKings today, you'll have $20,400 left over, $6,800 per player. So kind of mix and match how you want to spend the rest of your money. Definitely going to be a lot of interesting options out there today, and I'm sure we'll see even more as the day moves along. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So at the point guard position, we got Malcolm Brogdon, $8,500. You're looking for 42, 43 points out of him. Been playing very well lately. Obviously, the Pacers have been, shorthanded. No Domantas Sabonis or anybody like that. So he's seen that usage role increase. He's been playing better. No reason not to play him once again today. Then at the shooting guard position, we got Marcus Smart, $6,600. Looking for 33 points out of him. Pretty much everything I already said on the DraftKings side. No Kemba Walker today, no Jason Tatum. He's going to get that usage bump today, be that main facilitator on the offensive end. Then at small forward, we got Kevin Porter Jr. once again, $5,600, looking for about 28 points out of him, averaging over 29 on the season. Pretty good price down spot for him. No John Wall today. That usage increase that I already talked about on the DraftKings side. Probably just too good of a play not to play today. Then at power forward, we got Kem Birch, $4,900, looking for about 24, 25 points out of him. He's been playing well lately. He's been getting the minutes in that starting lineup. I think he's a guy that can get you 25 points rather easily tonight. Then at the center position, we're going with Kevon Looney once again, $3,900. Looking for 19, 20 points out of him. Pretty much everything I said on the DraftKings side still applies here. Guy that can get you probably 19, 20, 21 points. Pretty safe play. Pay down option that allows you to pay up elsewhere. But if you go with these five players on FanDuel for today, you'll have $30,500 left over, just over $7,600 per player. So like I said on the DraftKings side, kind of a mix and match day. Maybe you throw a star player in there and some value picks. Just see what works best for you guys today. But with that being said, these are my picks for today, April 27th, for both DraftKings and FanDuel. As always, if you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. Definitely here to help you guys out the best that I can. And then, as always, I'll be listing all the news, injury updates, and starting lineups down in the comments below. And I'll try to get that updated core out if possible as well. And with that being said, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it, and definitely helps build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports. That's truly one for you, the viewers, helping you guys with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you guys with your fantasy football teams, talking all the different NFL news this offseason, especially regarding that NFL draft. It's coming right around the corner, so if you guys are into that, be sure to check out my videos regarding the NFL draft as well. My goal is to get the top 10 tight end video out either today or tomorrow as well, so if you're interested in that, definitely be sure to check that out as well. But with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos like this, as well as some NFL draft content. And then moving closer to the season, we'll be doing some fantasy football content as well. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully you all do very well in NBA DFS tonight. And as always, if you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. Definitely here to help you guys out the best that I can. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.